What if you found a village that only appears when no one else is looking? Would you dare to enter? Welcome back to Jonah Toon's studio, where stories come alive. If you love thrilling tales and mind-bending mysteries, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell. Let's dive into today's story. Miriam had always been a curious teenager. Her small town sat near an endless stretch of forest that everyone avoided after sunset. The elders told tales of people vanishing, whispering about a village of shadows that only appeared during moonless nights. But Miriam never believed in ghost stories until one fateful night. It started when she followed a strange humming sound from her backyard. It was faint but melodic, like a lullaby sung by 1,000 voices. The sound led her into the forest, where the air grew colder and the trees seemed to shift like they were alive. Suddenly, a thick fog rolled in, and before she knew it, she stood before something no one in her town had ever seen. A glowing village with shimmering buildings that seemed made of light. "Impossible," she whispered. The villagers, dressed in ancient clothing, moved about silently, their faces void of emotion. They didn't speak, but communicated through gestures. One woman handed Miriam a glowing fruit, motioning for her to eat. But before Miriam could take a bite, a little boy grabbed her hand. "Don't trust them," he hissed. "They're not what they seem." Miriam blinked in confusion. The boy looked human, but had eyes that shimmered like the stars. He pulled her aside and whispered urgently, "They're trapped here, and if you eat their food, you'll be trapped too." Her mind raced. Trapped? How? Before she could ask, the villagers began to notice them. Their once emotionless faces twisted into eerie grins, and their movements became unnaturally fast. The boy tugged her arm, pulling her into an alley. "You need to find the Heartstone," he said. "It's the only way to break the curse." "Curse?" Miriam gasped. "What is this place?" "This village isn't real," the boy explained. "It's a trap created by the Heartstone. Everyone who wanders here becomes a part of it, feeding its power. The villagers are desperate for someone new to take their place." Miriam's pulse quickened. The villagers were closing in, their hands reaching for her. She sprinted with the boy, dodging their grasps, until they reached the village center. There, on a pedestal, was the Heartstone, a glowing orb pulsing like a heartbeat. "Smash it!" the boy yelled. But as she reached for the stone, the villagers suddenly stopped. Their grins vanished, replaced by pleading expressions. "Please," one of them said, "don't destroy it. If you do, we'll all disappear forever." Miriam froze. The boy hadn't told her this part. If she destroyed the Heartstone, she'd free herself, but at the cost of erasing everyone in the village. Could she live with that? Before she could decide, the boy's voice rang out, desperate. "They're lying. They'll say anything to keep you here." The villagers' faces twisted into their true forms, shadowy figures with hollow eyes. They lunged for her, but Miriam, summoning every ounce of courage, smashed the Heartstone with a rock. The village dissolved into mist, the shadows screaming as they faded into nothingness. Miriam found herself back in the forest, alone under a starry sky. As she made her way home, she couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, was watching her. What would you have done if you were Miriam? Trust the villagers, or take the risk? That's it for today's story. If you enjoyed this tale and want more twists and turns, make sure to subscribe to Jonah Toon's studio. Let's keep this storytelling adventure going. See you in the next one.